All right, guys, what's going on? It's your man Jay Will. I'm live right now for the Q&A that I promised. I promised you a Q&A a couple hours ago, but let me send this link out real quick. I promised a Q&A a couple hours ago, but I'll explain what happened in this video. I was planning on showing you the device. I do have a media admittance. You know, I can get into media events. So today was a kind of more of a private event. So I'll explain what happened. Let me put this on Twitter. Could somebody put this on Twitter for me? Resume. So hopefully I get some. I ate my dinner before I started the stream. So now I'm gonna snack a little bit with some water. I hope that's okay. You know, in the other stream, people freaked out because Jay was eating a slice of pizza. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. I had planned on doing I just left the event. I went to the bodega real quick and got me something to eat, and I ate, like I said, before starting. So what had happened was I can't help but saying that. This is what happened. So even though, like I said, I have a media pass, right? They didn't want me, because I was getting ready to show y'all everything. I was gonna show you everything about the event and everything, excuse me, about the device. Let me check the mic real quick on here. I'm opening this up also to get to y'all's comments too. About the event. All right, so cool. Mic check, it's all good. So audio is good. What's up to everybody that's in the stream? What had happened was, man, they shut it down, man. I was getting ready to stream, right? And I'm glad that I didn't start the stream. I'm glad I didn't start the stream, and then I would have had to end it, and you guys would have been pissed off, I'm sure. So I would have showed you a little bit of the device, and then all of a sudden I would have turned off the stream, and you'd have been like, "Whoa, all right, Jay, come on, man, what's up?" So I started the stream, or I was getting ready to hit play, or go live, and all of a sudden the big dogs come over and say, "Yo, you're not allowed to do that. We haven't, I know you in here, we let you in here, whatever," but they were like, we didn't give like the official media a pass to go ahead and shoot live footage, so you can't do it. So I was like, yo, man, I was like, wow, what's up? All right, let me check the stream real quick. So I still can answer your questions, so put your questions in the stream, and I will go ahead and try to get to them like right now, because I can tell you pretty much anything about the device. I've been using it. I've used it yesterday at the event. I just got done using it. I had all of them out. The only thing I could do was take footage. So when I get back to Texas, you'll see when I do like an official, I'll show you close-ups. I did a bunch of footage. I'm gonna put together a video when I get back. That's about the best I can do. But for now, I'm gonna answer any questions that you have right now about the phone. Whatever you want me to do, just pop it down in the live stream. It's your man Jay Will. Go ahead and put them questions in there, and I'll go ahead and get them answered for you right now, because I definitely can answer them for you. Let me get my glasses. But yeah, they shut me down, man. They were like, "Yo, before you hit go live, you can't do it." I was like, I just promised everybody that I was getting ready to go live. I was at the penthouse. They had us at a little penthouse and joint over here, and it was hot. So I'm gonna look and see if I can get some of y'all's questions real quick. Pop your questions down below. Yes, I'm gonna. The first thing that stands out to me, I see a question that says, "Am I gonna pre-order?" Yes, I'm gonna pre-order, but I don't do the carrier joints. I'm going to unlock route. Shout out to James Matthews. There is a deal. I didn't post a lot about the deal. I wrote an article. So if you hit smartphoneconversations.com, real quick, shout out to Floss, man. I just got done. I kicked it with Floss for a second over there before I left. He was coming in and I was going out. So, again, shout out to Floss over there. He's still over there at the penthouse doing his thing, and so I kicked it with him and chatted with him. I've been pretty much chatting. I saw Everyday Tech over there. Not Everyday Tech. Your Average Consumer, something like that. A little short black dude. I saw him over there, but he was filming and stuff, and I didn't want to holler at him. I don't really kick it with him like that anyway, but he seemed like a nice guy. So shout out to that cat. I told Floss, I said, man, I gotta go back and edit my last article because I don't got your picture on there, man. He was like, oh man. I said, go, let's snap it real quick and then you know we'll keep it moving. And he said, that's cool, Jay. But yeah, somebody said something about everybody could stop thinking that me and Floss is beefing. Me and Floss, man, Floss. I tell everybody, me and dude, we good, man. I don't know why people would trip on that, but yeah, shout out to Floss. I post some pictures on social media and stuff like that. So I updated it, Floss. All right, Floss. I just updated it and added you in, son. All right, so updated. But anyway, hissmartphoneconversations.com. I think I probably kicked it with all of your favorite YouTubers over there. I even saw Soldier over there, man. Soldier knows best. We kicked it last night at the little event that Samsung had that was late in the evening. But I want to get to some of these questions right here. Was it overhyped? Now, these are in no particular order. I'm just kind of scrolling through and I'm trying to, you know, catch most of these. So if I don't get your disclaimer, if I don't get your question on this stream, just leave it after the fact and I'll try to go ahead and get it, you know, once I get back to the crib. So was it overhyped? This is from Tom K. Was it overhyped compared to the S8? I don't think it was overhyped. The phone is nice. It's a nice phone. Oh, Mind of Natives in here. Perry, shout out to everybody that's in the stream. The stream is going really fast for me, so I appreciate it. Just hi to everyone. You know what I mean? So shout out to them 2 haters that just thumbed the video down. I love you too. Thanks for stopping by. Am I going to get the Note 8? Of course I'm going to get the Note 8. Do the Note 5 still have the YouTube Live? Yeah, the Note 5, the Galaxy S7, that's why I hang on to these older devices because they still have the live streaming app, the live stream built in. This is actually the front camera from the the S7, not the Note 8. It's the front camera from the S7. Let me see here. Trying to get to some more. But there is a deal right now where you could possibly get $425 off if you do a trade-in. And personally, I don't want to do any trade-ins because I don't want to give up my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like some of us hold on to these phones for a reason. Is the camera better than the G6? Unofficially, yes. But the V30 is coming, so you know we'll have to see about that. The V30 is coming. Price of the Note 8. Well, the price is already out there. If you don't know, the price of the Note 8 is $930 on T-Mobile. I think like $950 on AT&T, $960 on Verizon. But everybody's running like these special deals except for T-Mobile. But if you want to trade in a phone, if you want to trade in a phone on T-Mobile, you just do the trade-in. They don't have like any special pricing or anything like that I know of. So you just do the trade-in, and whatever your phone is worth, that's what they're gonna give you. What is your overall impressions of the Note 8? Seems to me there's nothing to hold up. Well, it's like I said before, it's a real familiar device. I'm not gonna sit on camera and tell you, oh, it's magical. It's not that it's not magical. It's just that it's very familiar. So it's something that like it's not about it. It's not about it being like the S8 Plus because it's actually not like the S8 Plus. It's built. It's squared off. You know what I mean? So in the hand, it feels completely different. It's way bigger too. It's really tall. At least my perspective and my the way I feel about it. It's really tall. It's a tall phone. So it might take some getting used to. It's so long, you know, it might take some getting used to. So let me get to some more questions. Overall though, my overall impressions of it, it's a hot device, man. It's a hot phone. Yeah, Jay, I heard about the deals. I actually wrote about that. So hissmartphoneconversations.com. But yeah, I've been posting online about it. I've been chatting about it. Is it really worth $1,000 or is it overpriced? I mean, come on, that's from Michael. Obviously, it's overpriced. All of these phones and devices, to me, once you get to like $300, what's the justification for it? Because production on a lot of these devices, they don't run more than $300 when the companies are pushing them out. So you talk about overpriced. I mean, come on, that's the obvious. Do you want to spend $500 for a phone? Probably not. I don't. I don't want to spend $500 for a phone if I don't have to. So it's a matter of, you know, you gotta be smart about it. Whatever your pockets say, that's what you think. Some people might say that the phone is not overpriced, and a lot of people say that it is. So, you know, it's up to you to decide whether you think it's overpriced. I personally think it's priced really high. But here's the thing. When I say it's priced really high, that doesn't mean I didn't know it wasn't going to be like that. I think we all knew. I mean, when you think about it now, look at how much the Galaxy S8 Plus launched at. You know? I mean, this pricing war that's going on, it's nothing new. Like, we knew, I said it in another one, that it's going to be, it has to cost more than the Galaxy S8 Plus. This is just how it has to be. It's considered their premium line of phones, so why wouldn't it cost more than the S8 Plus? I mean, we knew that was going to happen. So for everybody that says, you know, or I guess not to be rude or try to insult anybody, but anybody who's acting brand new, like they didn't know it was going to cost a lot of money, come on. Come on, son. Come on, son. The 425 trade-in deal is pretty hot. Let me try to find some more questions here. In Canada, though, Canada got it bad, yo. Canada, the phone runs like $1,500, $1,500 US dollars. That's crazy right there. $1,500 US dollars. That's a lot of freaking money. For a phone. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I'm trying to find some more questions down here. I heard there was going to be a 256 gig, but I just left from all of these events, and there's no 256 gig, at least not for the US. Yeah, you could find, now Grant makes a compelling point. You can find a lot of phones, man. You can find a G6, Bumpy Cam Live on this joint. You can find a G6, or not G6, a G4 for like $75 online. Buy it, trade it in. You know, because like the iPhone 5S or the iPhone 6, all of those phones right there, they're giving $300. They're giving $300 for the G6, the G5, the G4, which is an old phone. You know what I mean? So you gotta figure it out for yourself, and you gotta decide: am I gonna trade in? Personally, I don't plan on giving up no phones. You know, I don't think it's worth it to give it up. You might as well keep it. One other thing I wanted to talk about, Spurs for Life. What's up, going on from Charlotte? One other thing I want to talk about real quick. I gotta catch up in let me see here. Okay, so here's the thing. If you haven't heard yet, kind of officially confirmed that the T-Mobile version doesn't have band 77. So listen, you know, I can't go on record and tell you not to buy the T-Mobile version. But if you don't know about Band 77, this is T-Mobile's new network. This is their new fast network. So unofficially, like right kind of on and off the record on this live stream, I guess, I've heard that it does not have Band 77. So that's kind of a bummer for T-Mobile folks, because you're going to be stuck with a $1,000 device that you can't get on the fastest part of their network. So what you say to that? You want to spend $1,000? It's not that you need Band 77, but considering T-Mobile released a statement, for those that don't know, T-Mobile released a statement. I'll give you some more insider. T-Mobile released a statement saying that they're releasing 2 phones in the future with Band 77. So if the Note 8 don't have it, who's going to have it? The iPhone and the V30. That's just my guess. I could be way off. But not having Band 77, I can't see. Somebody, real quick, I keep taking my glasses off because I can't see up close. So I need them for up close, to read up close. But I don't think it's a bad thing to purchase the Note 7, the Note 8 on T-Mobile. But what I will say is, it probably doesn't have band 71 or 77. Excuse me. I think it's band 71. That's the official band or something like that. I'm looking for some more questions here. Also, you know, the US version has the Snapdragon 835. You know, it's got 6 gigs of RAM. There's a lot to like about it, man. I just think that when people see it in person, so again, I'm not trying to stray people from buying it. I want you to buy what you like. If you're a Note fan, you definitely gonna buy the Note because you're a Note fan. I'm a Note fan, so you know, it's just, why wouldn't I buy it, right? But it's a big phone, man. It's a tall device. Just remember that. So all you people who pre-ordered, if you think the Galaxy S8 Plus is a big phone, the Note 8 is a big phone. I could wield the S8 Plus kind of, you know, I can handle that. But the Note 8 on paper, forget about what it says. It's a big phone. It really is a big phone. You got to see it in person. You got to try to find a Best Buy or something. Let me see here. I'm looking for some more questions, man. Drop your questions. Okay, here's a good one. Would I say it's worth it outside of the S Pen? Again, I can't tell you whether something is worth something or not, because you're basically asking me to tell you that it's okay to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I know you're asking for my opinion, but you know, again, all of these phones that we're purchasing, probably none of them are worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to what we're paying for them, none of them are worth it to us because they're all locked to certain carriers. You know, they say no contracts, but it technically is a contract. You know what I mean? So you got to do the math on. I really hate to answer that question. I really dislike to answer that question, because if you tell somebody, so, oh, it's worth it, that's probably just how I feel. Like, I feel this phone is totally worth $400. You might say, nah, it's more options out there. See what I mean? That's right, Grant. Since it's squared off, you gotta get it in hand. Am I more hyped about the V30 than the Note 8? I'm pretty, or vice versa. I'm pretty hyped about all of them. You know, what I'm not hyped about is the price. You know, the price has never excited me. You know what I mean? But you know, it's just something that we got to deal with as consumers, because I'm not just a tech reviewer or you know, a person. I'm a consumer also. So I'm looking for another question here. Drop your questions down below. It's your man Jay Will. Remember to hit smartphoneconversations.com and check out my latest article on the Note 8, and you can see all your photos with me and your favorite YouTubers over there as well. I think the real question is, there's a question from, where did it go? Shaf N or Shaf N. He says, will the Note be a good competitor for the iPhone 8 based on the stuff that leaked about that? Okay, so here's the thing. The Note is not really competing with the iPhone 8. It's more like the iPhone 8 is competing with the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. Because the Note is the premium, like more of a business class phone, even though a lot of consumers buy it. And they don't market it just to business people. When you go to the event, speaking of the event, man, it was like a 3D hologram throughout the whole event. It was sweet, man. I tried to record some of it and I posted it on social media. It was like a hologram of a lot of that stuff. It was sweet stuff coming up out the floor. I don't know how good it came across on camera, but it was tight in person. But the iPhone 8 is not competing with the Galaxy Note 8. I don't see it that way. I see the iPhone 8 competing with the S8 Plus and the S8. Like, the V30 is not competing with the Galaxy Note. The Stylo, the Pro version of the Stylo is going to compete with the Galaxy Note 8. The Quad HD display, the Snapdragon 835 the Stylo Pro is going to compete with the Galaxy Note 8 to me, because they enhancing the stylus to compete with the Galaxy Note. So let me see, there's some more questions down here. And another thing, the S8 Plus, the S8 Plus is super affordable right now. It's super affordable. You know, you can get it for $675. It's crazy. Unlocked. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to mess with no carriers if you don't want to. Oh, that's a good question from John Nelson. John Nelson says, will the unlocked version have band 77? I don't know. That's a good question, but there will be a dual SIM unlocked version for sure. And it's going to be, is it going to be bigger than the S8 or the iPhone 8? It's much bigger. I mean, you consider it, the iPhone 8 or iPhone, the prototype that I have, is small, but it's got a big screen. So you got to look at it that way. Okay, so here's a question that I found from Cheese said I'm getting old, man. Shout out to Cheese, man. I'm getting old. Here's a question from Johnny Zelea. Do you think Samsung should get rid of the S line and focus on building a Note Mini or a Note Plus? Absolutely not. Because a lot of people, and the reason I say that, everybody already doesn't want a smartphone. Everybody doesn't want a smartphone. You got to remember this. Everybody's not looking for a smartphone. Everybody is not on the hype train of the S8. Everybody's not on the hype train of the iPhone. Everybody's not on the hype train of the Note 8, the Note line. People are really not on the hype train. It's really us techies that basically give the free marketing and the brand association for these companies to the people that are not really feeling it, you know? So getting rid of the S line would be a huge mistake, because that's their moneymaker. I mean, that was first. The S line was first, so they're not going to get rid of that. What do you think about YouTubers dissing the phone? Because I personally believe it's ungratefulness, simply because you guys have tons of phones to choose from. Many YouTubers, no complaint too much. Well, Ronald, I think you might, now, you're not directing that to any one YouTuber, which is cool. But what I would say to a person that has a comment like that, what do you think about YouTubers dissing the phone? That's one of the reasons that I started a YouTube channel, because I want to get my own perspective on it. So as a consumer, if you feel like people are dissing a phone that you like, here's the advice I have for you. Go buy it yourself and don't worry about what they're saying. There's going to be a lot of YouTubers out there who say the phone is garbage. They're going to say it's overpriced. But the real part is they pretty much acting brand new, because we knew that the phone was going to be expensive. We knew this already. So how could a YouTuber say that it's trash or it's too expensive, or I don't know this? All of the leaks pretty much were confirmed. I just got done playing with this phone for like 3 hours straight, or however long it was. I don't know how long it was. It was a long time. But I just got done playing with this phone for that long, and I used it a long time yesterday. But I'm telling you, forget about, and this is me too. I'm not excluding myself. Forget about what I'm talking about, because I'm not right on everything. So for people who say that, and I'm not saying that you're right or wrong, I respect your comment, Ronald. I respect your comment, but I say to people who say what you say and who feel like you feel, that's the reason I started my own channel. I wanted to start buying stuff for myself and experience it for myself, so I can decide whether or not I think it's worth it, or I can decide whether or not you know, I like this feature or not. It's not about YouTubers having a bunch of phones to choose from, because personally I buy everything, and also some of these other YouTubers, they might be buying it too. Sometimes you can tell who didn't buy a phone, but when I get a review unit, I try to disclose that in every video. Like, I try to remember to say, hey, you know, this was a review unit, or thanks for sending this over for me. But for the most part, YouTubers who get review units, they send those back. But for your statement saying that, you know, we have so many to choose from, that's only people like me and other YouTubers that you know are actually buying the phones and keeping them. You know, I got 4 phones I brought with me to this event, you know, just to have them with me, you know. I had to find some more questions. Put your comments down below. Remember to visit me on smartphoneconversations.com and follow me on social media at Mr. J.L. Williams everywhere. Do you believe the Note series is obsolete? What do you need the S Pen for? The Note series will, and that's from Jimmy Lin, the Note series will never be obsolete because the Note series it's like the cream of the crop for Samsung, the way I see it. The S Pen and the Note will never be obsolete because, again, so what, they had that one mistake with the Note 7. Look at how this Note 8 is going to fly off the shelves. It'll never be obsolete, man. No way. If they can bounce back from that Note 7 thing, it's going to be here to stay. There's going to be another one. Let me find some more questions. Be sure to drop your questions down below. I'm trying to catch them all. This thing is going real fast. Tony P, I see you in there, man. What's my daily driver? The HTC U11, the OnePlus 5, and now officially the Moto Z2 Play. I moved the Moto Z2 Play to spot number 1 because I'm traveling and I just bought it before I got on the plane, so I'm using that phone for like the next 2 weeks or a month or so in the number 1 SIM slot to give you a real honest review. And then I'm keeping it. You know, either leaving in slot 1 if I feel it's a better performer than the HTC U11, or, you know, put it in slot 2, you know, bump down to OnePlus 5. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But right now it's in SIM slot number 1. This is currently my daily driver at the moment for the next 2 weeks or at least a month or so. I appreciate you valuing my opinion, man. But even me, you know what I'm saying, my word is not bond. I can't tell you to go officially go buy something. I do that with phones that are like $40, $100. I do that with phones like that because you're not breaking the bank. And obviously, if I'm telling you it's something like that, trust me on those, man. You know, all of the phones that cost less than $200, I don't know why people crap on them so quickly because they don't have the specs that some of the YouTubers might tell them. Oh, if it ain't got this, don't buy it. But if you're in the market for a pocket-friendly phone, I've reviewed enough of them, and let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. ZTE and Motorola are the top OEMs I would tell you to buy from if you want a pocket-friendly phone. That is. You want something that's going to be easy on the pocket and still do you right? Motorola/Lenovo and ZTE will do you right. Let me see. I'm trying to find some more of y'all questions. Somebody said, why not get the Note FE? You know, the Note FE is not off the table. It's not a bad phone. It's just that no support in the US for like LTE or having problems like that. That could be a problem for some people. David Lewis, what's up, man? I'm over in Manhattan right now. Was I on Jamaica Ave yesterday in Queens? Yes, I was. I was. You saw me, you should have hollered at me, man. All right, SZA Vlogs, Tech and Gaming. I see you in the next one. I'm looking for some more y'all questions, man. I want to get y'all questions. James Matthews said he can't turn down $400 off of $925. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Grab that. That's a fantastic price for the Note. If you can get the $425 off, heck, if you can get $300 off, if you can get any money off the Note, take it. It's worth it, man. And you're probably saying, Jay, you said you don't know what's worth it. Look, would you want to spend? Okay, that's what I think. I think the Note is totally worth $500. Or because remember, I've used it, so you haven't used it yet, but I think the Note is totally worth $500. Period. But that's what I think. Some of you guys might not think the Note is worth $500. But if you can get that $425 off, say go for it. As far as battery life goes, I see somebody talking about battery life. I don't know if the Note can go a full day because my usage might be a little different than your usage. So you got to kind of put that into perspective when you ask about battery life. That's why sometimes on video reviews, I just kind of tell people the usage that I'm telling you about, that's just my usage. That's not going to be yours. Your usage is not going to be like that. Have you checked out the S8 Active? I did check out the S8 Active. That's from RC Flyers 85. Not really interested in it. You know, it's nice and everything. It's got a big battery in there or whatever, but it's nice. It's nice. It's not really my thing, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? It's cost $700 on sale for $700, I believe. Nah, I can't see that happen. People diss HTC and what? Your choice. Yeah, I mean, HTC, let me tell you, the HTC U11 is a boss, man. That's my #1 banger right there. But since I just bought this, I got to give it a fair shake, so I'm going to use it for a little bit. But nothing is touching the HTC U11 cameras. But the Note 8's cameras, though, man, folks, I tell you no lies. I don't know if it's going to give the U11 a run, but I tell you no lies. I'm not just saying it. The Galaxy Note 8 has dual cameras, which I wasn't a fan of. You know, I'm not a fan of dual cameras. However, the Galaxy Note 8 has dual optical image stabilization. That's the first in the history of the smartphone game. And the front, something you guys probably didn't know because nobody might have mentioned it, the front 8-megapixel camera has autofocus now. You can lock the autofocus too. What do you think about having a 16:9 ratio, a bezel-less display? Hopefully, okay, I got 6. I think that would be a good. Yeah, I think bezel-less with 16:9. It might be kind of weird, but the 18:9 is good for bezel. Well, it won't be weird, you know. I gotta get a phone that's like that. I actually have a phone. Let me. Well, I can't talk about it yet. I can't talk about it yet. From TJ, I don't know why the Note 8 didn't get band 77, I think it is, or 71, whichever one it is. That's the T-Mobile one. I don't know why it didn't. I don't know, man. That's not even something that I was actually thinking about, actually. Not until I got wind of it. I was like, whoa, they didn't put band 77 or 71 or whatever it is. They didn't put that on the T-Mobile version. And then several websites are now launching, you know, a few have told people not to buy the T-Mobile version. I don't know if I agree with that, you know, but if speed is something that, if network speed is really something you thrive on, yeah, I don't think the T-Mobile version has band 77. Not that you need band 77, you know, it's just one of those things, you know. If you're spending that much money on a phone, you're probably gonna want every part of the network that you can get. Because again, shout out to RC, man. I appreciate the love. It's just one of those things where you get what you pay for sometimes, and in most cases you don't. Since I'll be passing on the Note 8, waiting on the V30, I'm gonna drop some bread to Jay Williams. I'm gonna keep doing me. That's what's up, man. The V30 is a 5.99 inch, so basically a 6-inch phone, and it's all screen. So August 31st, be looking for some stuff on that. V30 is gonna be hot. Mate 10 is gonna be hot too. Here go another person saying, I was subscribed to you, but you don't reply to me. Remember how I started the stream telling you this thing's going fast, man? What's your question? Instead of complaining like that, just put your question in there. Just keep putting your question there until I see it. Yeah, he's still rocking with Sprint. TW, what's going on? Should you wait for the V30? Man, you know what? I would say we know that the V30 is probably going to be a little bit less on the pocket. Maybe $200 less, maybe $175 less. It's not gonna be that much cheaper because remember how the G6 launched at $650, and then shortly after that, everybody bought one, and then they screwed us over and then dropped $150 off. That was kind of jacked up, man. That was kind of jacked up. So I would say, you know, Here's my advice. Now, I said this on another stream. Here's my advice. Let me check my battery real quick. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Here's my advice. I would say don't buy anything. Again, you're going to have to make a decision if you're looking for a smartphone. But I would tell you, hold your guns, man. And if you, no, and let me say this. If you've been waiting on the Note, buy the Note. If you're waiting on the iPhone, buy the iPhone. If you're waiting on the V30, buy the V30. Whatever phone you've been waiting on, forget about everything that's launching, because it shouldn't appeal to you, or it shouldn't even matter to you. So if you're waiting on a specific device, forget about what else is launching. Just buy your device. But for the person who is indecisive, or not indecisive, who's kind of unsettled on what kind of phone they want to buy, wait until October. Wait until October 15th. Just wait. That's not far. That's a short distance away. That's like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. That's what I would tell you to do. Do not run out and buy the first phone that you see pop off. Just don't do it. Hold your horses until about October 15th. All right, Jerome Miller, take care. I'm trying to catch up with some more of these questions. Looking for some more questions. HTC will get Android Oreo. Yes, the HTC U11 is getting Oreo. I don't know about the 10. So that's your question. Will HTC 10 get an Android update? Android O? I have no clue. I don't know. But I know that the U11 is getting it. Looking for some more of your comments here. Pre-order Sprint. It said I would have mine on 9/5. That's what's up. September 5th. You be rocking with the Note 8. LG G6 Plus. Now, LG G6 Plus is a phone I think that it's not even going to hit the US. Another one is the LG Q6. I'm kind of waiting on that. And I know that's a pocket-friendly phone. It don't have no fingerprint reader and stuff like that, but I'm a fan of the market, man. I'm a fan of the game. I play to have fun. I don't have to win all the time. And I like every kind of smartphone, because pretty much I keep a well-rounded circle, because there is a market and there's a phone for everybody. So everybody doesn't have to have a fingerprint reader. Everybody doesn't have to have an iris scanner, or an SD card. Everybody doesn't have to have these things. So you got to be mindful of that when you're thinking about the average consumer. They're not really, they might not have to have anything. Oreo drained my battery on 6P. Ordered the Note 8 last night from Best Buy. I had a Note 7 and now the S7 Edge. Do you think it's a big jump from the S7 Edge to the Note? That's always going to be a big jump when you're going from the S line to the Note line, because of all the software enhancements that they might add on. So yeah. Did the essential phone come to my house yet? Nah, man. Nah, I can't speak on the Mate 10. Can't talk about that. HTC Ultra get an update. The HTC Ultra, I think it did get an update. I'm looking for some more questions. That's another thing. The Note 8 didn't launch with Android 8.0, Android O. We knew that it wouldn't launch with that. I mean, it was a joke if you thought that it was. And just to capitalize on what I said earlier, the reason I said wait until October 15th or so is because the Pixel 2 gets announced on October 5th. So you got the V30 coming up next. You got the iPhone coming up next. You got the Pixel 2 coming up next. You got 3 major bangers coming up next. And again, it's not trying to discredit or try to convince anybody not to buy a phone, but I'm just saying, don't dump them all in one basket if you don't have to. Not so quick, because the phone isn't going anywhere. You're gonna be able to buy it, and a lot of times they'll have a better deal in like a month. Do you think this is the year that Apple finally would get the leg up on Samsung, given all the rumors? I don't think they're gonna get a leg up, because again, the only phones that Apple are competing with is the S8 and the S8 Plus and stuff like that, and those phones are hot. Those are nice phones, man. So, you know, I don't think that they have a leg down or up on the Galaxy phones. Software-wise, they do. They got the major leg up on that. So they fight with themselves when it comes to that. But you know, it's just it really comes down to preference for a lot of stuff. There was an article that said the HTC U11 Ultra and 10 would get Oreo. Okay, so boom, shout out to Mobile Geezer, George Hayes. He said that there's an article out there that it's going to get it. I think LG might have better promos than Samsung at times, but all of them have good promos. But I think they do have. I think that LG has some really great promos. Am I excited about the Mi Mix 2? I am pumped about the Mi Mix 2. I can't wait. Yeah, okay, so by the fourth quarter, all of those HTC phones are getting Android O. Do you think the Moto E4 is going to get Oreo? Probably. The Moto E4, when it's a hot seller, you know, like if it's bringing the company a lot of money, they're going to want to invest in that. Like, why wouldn't they invest in that? Like, if the customers are buying it, you need to get a customer something to appreciate it, you know, to show that you appreciate them and show them some love. So, yeah, I think the Moto E is going to be fast approaching to get Android O. James Matthews, crazy. So No 5 is dead, no more updates. I don't think, just because the device doesn't get an update, it's not dead. Because there's always users out there that are still using it. Is there anything you miss is there anything you miss on the Note 8? I don't understand now. What's the best phone to get while waiting for an iPhone 8? Nothing. Just keep what you already got, you know. You're talking about spending some money, man. If you balling like that, just buy them all and send me $5 too. Don't just give it to them. Send it to me. If you balling like that. I'm looking for more questions on the Note 8. Sprint is offering half off the Essential Phone and Note 8 leases. I would say, that's from Ricardo Cortez. I would say if you lease a phone, keep it and pay it off at the end of the cycle. Don't give it back to them. I don't have a problem with people financing phones and leasing phones, but all I'm gonna say is that if you do that, it's not yours until you, because you know, if you don't pay for it, they're gonna shut it off. So if that's your only way to buy, make sure you pay it off at the end. Here's a good question. You know, it's not so much about the Note 8, but it's about Samsung and Apple. Do I feel like Apple is going to launch something similar to the DeX to compete? It's possible. And let me say this. And it's not to be funny or nothing like that, but if Apple does do it, it's going to be better. Because the DeX is good, you know, but kind of limited. So Apple and every other company, LG, they can capitalize on what another company doesn't do. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You know, you got to capitalize on what another person possibly should have done if they see the customers asking for it. Does that make sense? Yeah, so I kind of hope they do. That way it'll be some kind of competition. And competition is good. It's what it's all about. Hey, Anthony Blackman, I don't know, man. This is about the Note 8, so maybe somebody in the stream can answer that question for you. What do I think about the design of the Note 8 compared to the G6? Well, the G6, if the G6 was as big as the Note 8, I still would take the G6's build quality. I like this phone's build quality better than the Note 8's build quality. Like, real talk. The Note 8 is a tall phone, but it's square. So if it was, you know, basically, I like the S8 Plus form factor better than the Note 8's form factor, because the Note 8, even though on paper you may think, oh, they close, they real close in size. You may see video comparisons of people doing it, but I'm telling you, unless you have them in your hands, it doesn't mean anything. You can't take everything that you see on video and everything, you know, to heart. You gotta just get it for yourself. How do you feel that we only are getting 2 colors? Now, that's a good one right there from DNA Cross 64. How do I feel about only getting 2 colors? I think it's lame. I think it's lame all the way, man. Like, why do they show off all the colors? They should be able to say, okay, we're going to the US. We're only going to show the US these colors. Because it just sparks up trouble for them. It makes people feel a certain way about the OEMs when they do that to us. I think that's lame for them to only bring, and let me tell you something. The gold and the blue are the nicest looking colors, man. I would rank them like if I had to buy them though, I would buy blue, black, gold, and silver. And somebody asked me about that orchid gray, not silver, but orchid gray. The orchid gray looks hideous in person. I mean, it's just not my first choice. It just doesn't look right. In person, not really feeling it. I don't know how it comes across on camera to you guys, but I'm not really feeling the orchid gray. So, no disrespect to orchid gray owners, but the orchid gray looks hideous in person. That's just my eyes. You know, you got your own set of eyes, so you view it how you want to view it, but the orchid gray looks horrible in person to me, and I would not buy the orchid gray. It doesn't look purple anymore. It looks like this dull, pale gray. It looks kind of crazy, man. So if you're posting stuff about the Note 8, if you're posting stuff that has nothing to do with the Note 8, and chances are I'm probably going to skip over your comment. How was the orchid gray compared to the S8? So okay, so the orchid gray on the S8 looks a little bit more purple, and it actually looks better than the current version of the orchid gray that they have on the Note 8. The Note 8 orchid gray just doesn't look right to me. It looks kind of dull it looks dull. It just looks flat. It just looks bad, man. I can't describe. You got to see it in person. What's going on, Frank Beth? I'm looking for some more of your comments. Do you feel the Galaxy Note 8 is only coming in 2 colors? Yeah, it is. I just answered that. Okay, so yeah, it's only coming in 2 colors. Yeah, it's lame. You know what I'm saying? It's lame that they're only doing that. Order the unlocked version. It says activation ready on Samsung. What does that mean? Well, it just means it's ready to activate. You can use it on any carrier. Because I bought from Samsung too. I bought both of my phones from Samsung, and that's just nothing. You can activate it on the carrier. It's got like that on a website activation or something like that. So Tony Healy, you can get $300 off if you trade in through Samsung.com. Lance, what's going on, man? Looking for some more of your questions that's pertaining to the Note 8, man. Han Solo in the house. He says he doesn't think it's fair to say that the Note 8 is an S8 with an S Pen. It's technically, I mean, I respect your comment, but technically it is, man. It's just, it's a different body with better specs, but it's still TouchWiz. It's not, this is what I was talking about before. I'm sorry, Grace UI, or whatever they want to call it. Listen, the thing is, there's not, the only thing that differentiates the S8 Plus from the Note 8 is the hardware and the S Pen. That's pretty much it. The software is identical. Like, you just get the S Pen suite, that's it. You know, you're not getting anything special about it, man. It's just, I mean, don't take that literally. The Note 8 is hot. I mean, the cameras is banging. The cameras is going to be way better than the S8 Plus, more than likely, because I just use them and they're fantastic. However, it's just, you know, I respect your comment, but it is what it is. Do I need to get a SIM card from Carry Unlock? You should check Samsung.com for that. Do you think the Note 8 battery will last all day? For me, I think the Note 8 battery probably, I mean, I don't ever use, again, I answered this question earlier, but talking about battery life is almost impossible because the numbers aren't out there yet. There's not enough people reporting it. So I don't know, man. You know, every user is different. I hope that I can get a full day out of it. Looking for some more of your questions, man. Do I think the Note 8 is more durable than the S8? Nah, it's built the same. Hey, there's wifey in the house. Wifey in the house. Definitely, let's say definitely if you can't afford 5 phones, you can't afford one. I don't know what that's about. All of the deals for trade-ins that I'm talking about is on Samsung's website. I don't know about like the carriers. I know T-Mobile, you can do like a separate trade-in, but did Samsung bring back the live? No. I'm glad you said that because I just got done talking. Well, I can't say who I was talking to, but I just got done talking to somebody when I just left the other penthouse thing up there when I was doing the private feed thing. So this is Thomas McMillan. They took it away, man. And here's why. I found out because I actually asked that question. I said, why did y'all take away the live streaming app from the newer phones? Who do you think they said was at fault? Who do you think they said made them pretty much take it off? It takes away from somebody else. And it's really easy. YouTube just came out with their version of the live streaming app from the YouTube app. So basically Samsung was told you can't do it anymore. You can't put it on any of your new phones because people will use your app before they use mine. You remember Sony took it away too, remember? Samsung wasn't the first to do that. It was actually Sony. So, well, they did it officially before Samsung. But they basically told them you can't do it anymore. And now I see why, because they released the update on the YouTube app to stream live. So if you have a Note 5 or a S7, this is the front camera of the S7, and it's not the YouTube app, because as you can see, you should be able to view this stream in 1080p. YouTube locks it down to 720p. So no, it doesn't have it, and I was kind of upset about that. Roosevelt Jeffrey, my thoughts on the Note 7 trade-in program for the Note 8 up to $425. I covered this already, but I think it's a good deal. Best Buy has a deal with $300 off. I haven't seen that one with Best Buy having a deal for $300 off. Appreciate it, NJ Baxter. Yeah, I don't know about knowledge. I'm just trying to keep it moving, tell you the truth, you know. The blue and the gold are not coming to the U.S., folks. It's only the black and the orchid, and the orchid looks hideous in person, in my opinion. So I would say if you can't get the blue or the gold, get the black. But it's up to you. You got to go see them in person. Here's one that I want to answer from Quincy Williams. Did the Note 8 feel premium? Did it feel like $1,000? I don't actually know what $1,000 feels like if $1,000 feels premium or whatever, but I know what you're saying. The Note 8 feels exactly like the S8 Plus to me. It doesn't feel real premium at all. Like, it doesn't feel, okay, this feels premium because it's got a metal build, you know? The U11 feels premium because it's something else that stands out about it. The Note 8 feels exactly like the S8 Plus to me. What's going on, Tech Junkies? I see you. Looking for some more questions. Gary Brown, is the Note 8 a huge upgrade from the Galaxy S8 Plus? Again, I talked about this earlier. 2 different categories. The S Plus is a regular phone, and the Note 8 is a productivity device. So the real question is it an update, or is it a major upgrade from the Note 5 and the Note 7? And the answer is yes. I hope the Note, Andrew Arkley, I hope they get the blue one. But for right now, I'm telling you, officially, that's an international device. The gold and the blue are international. That would be tight if it came in like a rose gold. The ladies could have something to rock with. Uh, what's going on, Marco? Looking for some more of your questions. I think you're right. You said another video in 3 months ago. I may give it codes in the U.S. Yeah. Looking for a Note 8 or OnePlus 5. Again, folks, you know, those are personal choices that you have to make. I respect your questions, but those are two different classes of phones from what I see. The OnePlus 5, it really should be OnePlus 5 or S8 Plus, not Note 8, because the Note 8 is considered a productivity device. It's a more advanced device as far as software goes, but I don't see the reason to buy a Note 8 instead of an S8 if you're looking at the OnePlus 5. Stay in that category and it's a little bit more realistic. Did you find the fingerprint reader to be awkward on the Note 8 as the S8? That's from RedStain70. It's even more awkward because of how big it is. It's super long and super tall. It is tall, man. It is tall. I'm looking for more questions. Yeah, it's super awkward because that's a big phone, man. It's a long phone. Did you notice the difference in pressure sensitivity while using the S Pen? Do you think it's even the upgraded? I use the S Pen, and it is superb. It's really good. It's very accurate. I was really feeling it. Is there an exclusive Note 8 like the S8? Not that I know of. From Savage 217, I don't think so. They should have brought back the titanium. You know, RedStain, the titanium was a sweet color. I will say I agree with that. Do you feel Samsung made a mistake by issuing a higher storage in other markets? Of course, that's a mistake. That's from DNA Cross 64. I was hoping for a 128 or a 256 because to me, for $929, if that was a 256 gig, I think the complaints would go down. And some people say, oh, well, you know, you got an SD card. Most people don't want an SD card. You can get them cheap, but why would you want to buy a real cheap SD card? And think about this now, because why would you want to buy a really low class SD card or a SD card that can't work in a really high powered phone? Like, why would you do that? So, which means now you got to spend some money. You got to break off some bread in order to get the good stuff. So, if the Note 8 was just a flat 256 gig, with no SD card, people would complain about that. Oh, I need an SD card. Think about this. 256 gigs is a lot of memory. So if they would have brought a 256 with an SD card and made it 950 bucks, totally worth it probably. To a lot of people, it's probably totally worth it. But that 64 gigs, I ain't like that. Philip Vaughn, hey Jay, are you going to try to discount Samsung offering? Also, would you buy international for better colors? The answer to that is yes and yes. Yes and yes. Jay, don't get rid of your Note like you did the S8 Plus. Put the U11 down. Nah, man. The U11 is a beast mode device, and it's unfortunate a lot of people scared to pick that phone up. It's a good phone, but you know, again, the Note 8, hot phone, man. Hot phone. I think you guys are gonna love it for. I think you guys are gonna love it for the people who are really Note enthusiasts. You're gonna love it. For the trades and stuff like that, I recommend you go straight to Samsung.com. So I talk about that. I got another article that I'm writing. So Tech Junkies, you know, he said, you know, I don't know what's more lame than bringing back the Bixby button or only bringing 2 colors. We saw the Bixby button coming a mile away. If you didn't think that they were, man, if you thought for 1 second that Samsung was not going to issue a Bixby button on this phone, you're not following the market right now. Samsung was for sure going to put a Bixby button on there. That's their new thing. Like, that's the newness that they're trying to bring along with bringing back the Note 8. You get, some people have said that they actually like Bixby. Personally, I don't have a need for it. I'm not even interested in it. So for those who are interested in Bixby, you got another Bixby button. I think it's a horrible idea to put a button on a phone that can't be customized. Will H, shout out to Will H Tech Reviews, he's in the house. I think that the Note 8 prices are gonna drop because why not? Why not, man? Why not? They're gonna drop. Give it a month or two. The S8 went on sale like a month later. Like basically right after people couldn't return the other ones they bought. You know, it went on sale. Kevin Thomas says, is it uncomfortable to hold? I think you're just going to have to, it's one of those things where I'm telling you, I think it's a little awkward to hold. Because it's a big phone, man. It's tall, I'm telling you. So, you just going to have to try it, man. But personally, I feel like it's a little awkward to hold because it's long. It's real long. So you need two hands for it. It's definitely a two-hand device. I don't know about the trade. Like if you send in something, if you return to the Galaxy Note 8 after you've done a trade, you don't get your trade back. No, they get to keep it. You don't. Anytime you do a trade in, it's theirs. That's a part of the disclosure that you sign. So you gotta be careful. Read the fine print. How do you think the Note 8 will do in terms of build quality if it falls from? I think it's gonna shatter. It's glass. Shout out to TW. He got the Note 8 for $463. You got a killer deal, bro. Where'd you get it from? How was the Note 8 event? It was bang 'em up nice, bro. It was so good. The Note 8 event was just killer. You had to be there in person because it was like a hologram. All of the stuff was when you watch it on YouTube, it doesn't do it any justice because all of that stuff was like in 3D. It was crazy, man. Appreciate it, Tony. Tony Healy, I appreciate doing the coverage. Better camera, taller, boxy feel, S Pen is boss. All right, Leo. Everybody gets an opinion. Shout out to Leo. What do you think about the T-Mobile version that doesn't come with the future? Oh, I spoke about Marco. You must just got in here because I started the stream off talking about that. I think it's not a good move. You know, I think it's not a good move. Is it better than the iPhone 8? The iPhone 8 isn't here yet. Size-wise, is it like carrying around a checkbook? Huh, that's a really good analogy. Size-wise, it's a real skinny checkbook. It's like carrying around a real skinny checkbook. A narrow checkbook. I feel it's like carrying around a real narrow checkbook. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm looking for some more questions. Yeah, Will, I would say, hold on to your S8, man. Hold on to it. Looking for some more questions, y'all. I don't think the Note 8 is gonna get Oreo before Christmas. That's a good one right there. From Steve Marks. I don't think the Note 8 is going, unless it's already in testing. I don't think it's gonna get it. I doubt it. No, I didn't try the 360 camera. I did Dex though. Yeah, I already have, shout out to Chris. I already have cases for it, and I've had them for a while now. And I showed them off. In another video, and it's a tall phone. I can't. You gotta. Some of you guys might be shocked with the in-hand feel of the Note 8. It's gonna shock you at first, because the S8 is a narrow phone. The S8 Plus is a narrow phone, but the Note 8 is a square narrow phone. Those other phones are rounded. So just imagine how that's gonna be. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to get it in hand. It's I can't stress it enough. You got to get it in hand. Even without the numbers, the Note 8 should have been at least a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Shout out to Tech Junkies. He could not be more right. 4,000 battery would have been great in there. Looking for some more. Did you see the OtterBox? Like, yeah, I actually filmed in the live stream I did at the event. I showed you guys all of that stuff. And, you know, it's going to be some bulky Note 8s running around here. Which phone are you using for the live streaming? Right now, this is the S front of the S7. Before all the other ones, I was using the Moto Z to play. I'm looking for some more of your questions. Did you get the 360 camera? Nah. So the Marshall Williams spoke to Samsung customer service, and he said they're only giving 150. They're only giving an extra 150. So if you do a regular trade-in, you get an additional 150 off. The display on the Note, let me tell you this, display on the Note 8 is, since the phone is square, the Infinity display looks better. The Infinity display looks better because the phone is squared off, opposed to the Galaxy S8 Plus and the Galaxy S8, which is rounded off. So again, that's just my personal opinion. It's got to be one of those ones where you get it yourself and you make the determining factor whether you think it's better or not. I'm telling you, I like the display on the Galaxy Note 8 better, the way of the form factor, than the S8 Plus. Samsung cannot do away with the S8 Pen, Eddie. That's a money maker. Right? I take you out, right? Yeah. Painted blue. Why do they keep making all these glass? I'm looking for some more of your comments. I think you're right. It's kind of messed up how Savage 217 is kind of messed up how the US doesn't get a lot of options. That's the way they do it though. Hey Sean, I don't know what a $1,000 phone looks like, so I don't know. All right, man. I'm getting ready to all right, Mind of Nate, I appreciate you stopping by, man. I'm getting ready to get out of here, man. I'll have more footage later, you know, when I get back to the other side of the world. The 6 gigs of RAM is needed, but not for the reasons that people think it's needed, you know. I'm trying to find some questions that I haven't seen already, but I'm about to get out of here. Looking for a unique question I can answer. All these questions about OnePlus or Note 8, man, I've already said it 1,000 times how I feel about that. All right, man, I missed a lot. Okay. Okay, I'm about to get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys swinging and kicking it with me for a little bit. I'm super tired. I gotta get up early, catch a flight. So, oh man. Appreciate you guys stopping by. All of you guys. Wow, it's a lot of people in the stream. So, I'm tired. I'm getting really tired. I'm about to lay on the bed and watch some TV until I fall asleep probably. And I wasn't going for another walk. I went down Manhattan and went down to a little bodega, found me a nice sandwich, and smashed half of it. And up here the food is really good. Like the sub I just had was like this big, you know, and it's really cheap, affordable, not cheap, quality, fresh meats, everything is always good. But I'm super excited to have come down here and you know, gave you guys some coverage of the Note 8. I just appreciate y'all, you know, taking the time out to even stop by any of the live streams, to watch any of the videos. I want you guys to definitely be looking out on smartphoneconversations.com. And also, I didn't do a Tuesday's podcast because I did a live stream that day. But you know, it's a good thing that I can finally get out and a lot of your YouTube people that y'all watch, they're all here. Pretty much all of the YouTubers. Well, look on the last article and look on my social media. You'll see me posting pictures with me and other people because I talk to them or whatever. You'll see us, you know, snapping it up, having some fun. And I can tell you in person, a lot of the people they're actually pretty nice. They're pretty cool, man. You know, it's a good look. I just got done kicking it with Floss for a second over there. He was going in and I was coming out. He was coming in and I was going out. And cool cat. Never met him in person. We chopped it up for a second. And it was all love. I mean, he's from the NY, so, you know, we gonna get along regardless, you know. And chopped it up with Marcus Brownlee. Bored at Work. Soldier Knows Best. Andre. Tech Ninja. A few people, man. Jeff Schofield was over there. It's just a bunch of people at the events, man. And it was pretty much everybody was cool, you know. I didn't take pictures and shoot video with everybody, you know what I mean? But a lot of people was asking me, oh man, did you see so-and-so? Did you see so-and-so? Yeah, a lot of people, I saw them, you know, but they was either recording or busy or didn't want to be bothered or just whatever, you know, they was just busy. And I saw Erica Griffin. She was actually staying in the same hotel as me. She was downstairs a few minutes ago leaving, I guess. And I saw her at the event. And I just saw a bunch of people that you guys watch on YouTube. And they were all there doing the same thing, recording. So it's just YouTube. So I don't know. I'm excited. Hopefully I'll be at CES again. And hopefully I'll be at some more events coming up real soon for you guys. Look for coverage on the Z Max, the brand new predecessor to the Z Max Pro. And look for an updated video on the Stylo 3 Plus because I brought that with me and I've been using it. And I'm about to drop, if it hasn't already dropped, it might have released already. I recorded my 72 hours. I think it did release. I think it dropped already. Let me see if it dropped already. It might have dropped already. I don't know yet. It might have dropped. Yeah, it did. So my 72 hours with the Moto Z Play is officially out. After you get done watching this video, go click on that video. And shout out to all of the haters out there that just keep dropping by and giving me a thumbs down. I appreciate the 5 haters that came by this one and all the haters that comes by my future videos. I appreciate y'all stopping by. And I'm gonna keep on doing me because I don't have time to do you. So all of the people out there that support Jay Williams, got nothing but love for you. And if you see me in person, it's gonna be nothing but love for you too. And when I see you in person, I'm gonna talk to you and just chop it up with you for a minute, and you know, we keep it moving wherever I'm at. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm getting ready to kick back, call wifey, and lay down, and I might go back out again, go downstairs and walk down the strip for a minute, a little bit longer before it get dark or something. And I hope you guys, man, hey, like I said, I was really trying to do a live Q&A with the Galaxy Note 8. That's how I started the video, but they wouldn't let me do it. So, I mean, respect to them. You know, I'm happy that I was even able to be here. So, and I didn't ask until I got there. So that's what's up with that. I didn't ask until I actually got there. So, you know, I didn't know if I could stream or not, but I shouldn't have told you guys that I was going to stream. And then, and then I got there and it was like, nah, shut that down. I was like, oh snap. Okay, I'm gonna shut it down. You know, and they was like, shut that off, son. I was like, oh, okay, I'm about to shut it off. So I shut that off and I was like, all right, you know, no problem. I still owe these guys a live stream, so that's what I decided to do. But I'm about to get out of here, man, and it's been a lot of fun. I like chopping it up with you guys live. I didn't take any phone calls because I'm like super tired, man. I ain't want to crash out in the middle of my stream. So I'm about to smash this bed real quick, man. Lay down, watch some TV, change clothes, and lay down. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream, man. I might do something tomorrow. You know, I don't know yet. I'm still kind of hesitant on, you know, because tomorrow, well, actually tomorrow I won't be doing anything because I got a very busy day tomorrow. So I'm catching the flight, and you know, I got some other stuff jumping off, and I got a boatload of packages to go pick up, and because when I'm traveling, I don't get anything, you know, done, and a lot of times, like as far as the channel goes. So I'm out, man. I already started working on stuff prior to. Hey, remember, hissmartphoneconversations.com, and go check out the article I just posted. I think you'll like it. I'm really out this time.